10 things most humans can't do. All individuals are different and unique in their own ways. In fact, specific people have specific skills that may possibly amaze you. These include things that you may have never thought about or figured were even possible. Some folks can't do things as easy as wriggle their ears or raise one eyebrow. But believe it or not, there are a few handpicked that can. We found some amazing bodily functions that most individuals just can't do. Now keep in mind, we did say most for a reason. So, just subscribe to our channel and we'll get right on with it. The weird gleeking trend. Gleeking is the hottest and most recent trend. All the teens are doing it. It's way better than planking and twerking, and even better than the moonwalk. Gleeking is the term for when you project saliva from the submandibular gland after compacting it with your tongue. Did you catch that? This means that you encourage the saliva glands underneath your tongue to spit an intense jet of saliva, basically like a camel. Occasionally, this happens by accident when you yawn, or when you're being operated on at the dentist. But doing it intentionally and at will is a talent very few possess. It involves dedication and tongue agility. Some people say gleeking is easier to do after sweet or flavorful candy. If you consider the word gleek is some newfangled internet term, it might interest you to learn that gleeking has been around for decades. There are even various Shakespeare plays that feature the word. It appeared in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. A character named Bottom says, "Nay, I can gleek upon occasion." Of course, it might have meant something totally different there, but Shakespeare is still down with the teens. Nose twitching. Even though this is on the more common side of things, not every person has the skill to wiggle or twitch their nose, like the iconic character Samantha did each time she performed on screen in the show Bewitched. Specific people have trouble flaring their nostrils for the same purpose. But as with numerous items on this list, it's something that can be learned. Worth doing too, as it's pretty attractive and an endearing tiny trick. Actually, it looks adorable when rabbits do it. Talking of the classic show Bewitched, here's some fun trivia. Elizabeth Montgomery, the actress who played Samantha, got so tired of fans requesting her to twitch her nose that she rejected to do it when the series had ended. Well, she may still get nightmares about being hunted by giant twitching noses. If you ever wanted to jiggle your nose like Samantha Stevens, you may have been less than successful. Even Elizabeth Montgomery just moved her lip to give the impression of twitching her nose. Though, there are people who are gifted to twitch their nose without being a witch. You can even train yourself to twitch your nose, beginning with twitching the nostrils. Licking your elbow. Your tongue and elbow are terrible lovers who very much want to be together, but cannot because of their harsh parents. Your mouth and arm won't let them. It's just about unmanageable for the majority of people to lick their elbows. Go ahead, try to do it now. Make sure you're alone though, or you might be committed. Actually, there are ways that can be learned to get around this, but most require you to have been blessed with a particularly small upper arm or a strangely long tongue. Guinness World Records staff get 5 claims a day from individuals who think they're extraordinary because they can lick their elbows. For the majority of people, though, elbows and saliva are predestined never to meet. Tickling yourself. We all have sensitive spots that loved ones and friends love to zero in on. Being tickled makes us laugh, wriggle, and occasionally pee a little. And if you're anything like that, it makes you instinctively punch and kick anybody within reach. Being tickled is one of the very vulnerable states that we could find ourselves in, but unluckily, you're out of a blessing if you want to have a decent, clean solo tickle session. On paper, it might sound cool to do, but in practice, it's near impossible to honestly tickle yourself to the point of laughter because you will always brace for the touch. This is because of a part at the back of the brain called the cerebellum. The cerebellum plays a part in monitoring actions, and studies have revealed that it can predict feelings caused by your own movements, but not somebody else's. Unless there is a disconnection between you and your unconscious mind, your touch will always be predictive. Therefore, for the majority of people, it's nearly unmanageable to tickle themselves. This is because tickling is all about the art of surprise. Your brain picks up on the feelings that cause moments of tickling and controls it before it shakes you. Still, it's not impossible. People with schizophrenic-like personalities are able to tickle themselves due to their brains not realizing that the feelings are voluntary. Entire fist in mouth. People who can fit their whole fist into their mouths are a rare anomaly. For most, it's a near unmanageable feat. The majority of folks can only get half or hardly a quarter of their fist into their mouths. Seriously, they've done studies on this matter. Effectively fitting your complete fist in your mouth usually needs both a large mouth and small hands. Yeah, kinda like a T-Rex. Though this trick has a considerably sexual connotation, babies are the ones who try to do it the most, generally when they're teething or noticing their body parts for the first time. If you're not sure you can pull this off, it's best not to try. Getting your fist trapped in your mouth is kind of frowned upon by the staff at your local emergency room. But if numerous people have told you you're irritating or that you talk too much, then you might want to learn how to do this. Go on, start working. Sneezing with open eyes. You know that crazy sensation you feel when you're about to sneeze? It's like a particle cannon charging in your nose, organizing to obliterate everything in its route, and always looks to come about when you're anywhere quiet or crowded, like a library or jam-packed train carriage. Have you ever observed that the devastating majority of humans sneeze with their eyes closed? Pay attention next time you sneeze. It's nearly impossible to blast off a spread fire of mucus with your eyes open. One common schoolyard theory is that this is to avoid your eyes from popping out, which truly happened in one surprising case in 1882. This phenomenon is called eyeball subluxing. Most experts believe our eyes clamp shut during a sneeze because of an instinctive reflex sent from the sneeze center of our brains. This might be the body's way of averting germs from entering the eye. Thanks, brain. You're always watching out for us. Touching your nose with your tongue. Have you ever tried touching your chin or your nose with your tongue? Many have, and it's a lot harder than you'd imagine. It's thought that only 10% of people can do this act, which is known as Gorlin sign in the medical domain. In some cases, it can indicate connective tissue disorder, but if you can do it, put it on all of your resumes and dating profiles. You're one extremely sought-after human being. Gene Simmons of Kiss had no difficulty with this trick, which led to gossip he'd had a cow's tongue grafted onto his own. In reality, Mother Nature had just gifted him with a super long tongue, and he did what anybody else would do. Leveraged it to turn into an international rock star. Tricks of the tongue. Folding your tongue in half is rather unusual, but not every individual on Earth can do it. Some people are skilled in doing even weird tricks with their tongue. This can consist of folding your tongue into thirds. How about these? Can you roll or split your tongue? Perform a reverse T? Flip your tongue 180 degrees? Or make figures like a spaceship or a clover leaf? These bizarre manipulations of our most flexible organ are a pretty straightforward party trick. We're sure Tony Hawk did them earlier, picking up his first skateboard. These all involve muscle control and tongue dexterity. Some claim that they're inherited traits, though this is seriously debated. Around 75% of people can roll their tongues, but inheritances aren't the only factor, as some case studies show kids who can manipulate their tongues born from parents who couldn't. Whatsoever the mysterious source of these tricks is, they are quite exciting. Only the hardcore should try them though, as they come with pretty serious danger of tongue cramping. Wiggling of ears. Are you in the minority of individuals who can wiggle their ears? Some can do it, but only in conjunction with raising their eyebrows, which is a good way to make everybody think you're constipated. According to a 2006 ear wiggling study, the mechanism behind ear activities is amazingly sophisticated. Unlike most other facial muscles, ear muscles possess their own accessory nucleus in the brainstem. This is essentially the control area for muscle function. Comparing to bats and cats, this nucleus is small in humans, which is why the majority of us find controlling our ears such a challenge. But those who are not gifted with natural ear wiggling talents should not despair. With practice, it's possible to train yourself to do it. Isolate your ear wiggling muscles, and in no time, you'll become the next ear wiggling YouTube sensation. Raising one eyebrow. Raising your eyebrows encouragingly or in bewilderment is one amazing life skill. Practically everyone can raise both eyebrows, but only a portion of people can raise one at a time, without moving the other at all. Those with the control to manipulate a single brow can generally only do it with one of our two eyebrows. However, with repetition, you can build up the link between your nerves and muscles and be angling eyebrows with the best of them. It's believed raising your eyebrows is an evolutionary trait, as chimpanzees, baboons, and capuchin monkeys raise their eyebrows as a warning gesture. Not everyone has the same capabilities, and frankly, that's a good thing. It allows us to complement each other, help each other out, and equally enrich one another. And actually, it's kind of the same thing. We're not all gifted with contortionist-style flexibility, double-jointedness, or an instinctive sense of rhythm, though some folks seem more gifted than others and have capabilities that 99% of us simply can't do. Find out if you're one of the exceptional 1%. Do you know of any other uncommon abilities, or do you have any unusual capabilities yourself? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. And as always, thanks for watching.